I mean, it's got to be the airport, right?
Bingo. You could have it all planned out, then find yourself running through the terminal, coat half on, phone at 3%. It's chaos.
But after years of constant travel, I've learned something very important, Travis.
Ooh, here we go. Jason, hit him with that veteran wisdom.
Rushing to your flight isn't the play.
No, it's
You
not.
got to find an escape inside the airport. That's where American Express Platinum Card comes in handy.
Yes, because when you're a card member, you can step away from the chaos and into the comfort of a lounge.
Ooh, who doesn't love a good lounge?
I love a good lounge.
With Amex Platinum, you can enjoy access to over 1,550 airport lounges through the largest global lounge network as compared to other credit card companies as of July 2025.
You walk in, it's calm, relax. Enjoy a top-notch meal, maybe. It's a destination before the destination, if you're catching what I'm saying.
I'm catching what you're saying. That's right. It makes airports more enjoyable. That's the bottom line. And that's a veteran move.
If you travel a lot, you know award-winning service when you see it. That's right. And it's true what they say. There's nothing like platinum.
Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withplatinum.
Thank you to our partner, Raising Cane's.
Coming off the big game in San Francisco, we wanted to give a big shout out to Raising Cane's and founder Todd Graves for coming out to the New Heights party.
Good food, good times, two things Cane's and Todd know a thing or two about.
That's right. We had some chicken fingers, some cane sauce, all at the party, and god dang, those things are good.
All right, now, and this week, Cane's is hosting a fan event. The Seahawks, Sam Darnold, is going on a Super Bowl quarterback shift at Cane's. That's right. He's going to be working at registers, serving up box combos in the kitchen, making Cane's sauce. I didn't even know they made that sauce. I thought that sauce was already made. And obviously, he's going to be celebrating a championship with the fans.
Well, this is going to be a fun partnership Cane's does, and we can't wait to see it. Shout out to Todd Graves, and shout out to Raising Cane's delicious chicken finger meals. Well, that wraps up Cooper Kupp's interview. Let's move it on over to our next guest, our next champion.
Oh, man. I can't wait for
That's
you
right.
guys to meet old Barnhouse.
Yeah, Cleveland boys.
What up?
Come on.
The champ
What
is
up?
here.
Come on. Jason, I never met you, bro. AJ, good to meet you.
Good to meet you, AJ. Always good to
Yes,
meet a
sir.
fellow Northeast Ohio guy.
Yes, sir. We stick together, dog.
Just a ball
We just play
player.
ball.
Let's go.
We just play ball. Rain, snow,
Parking lot,
cement.
turf.
Super
Don't
Bowl.
matter. Pick the place. I'll be there.
A pressure-packed week with someone who has become the world's most scrutinized pop superstar, Taylor Swift. At the start, Kelce described how he wasn't quite sure how things would play out when Taylor landed on the West Coast. Would her sheer presence ramp up the noise too much? Would he be able to focus on the game with so many eyes glued to their every move? California's usual haze felt thicker, illuminated by the flashbulbs that followed their every step. Yet Kelce showed a side rarely seen in the chop-shop grind of the NFL. He admitted feeling something electric, a sense of childlike adventure, because with Taylor in his corner, each day took on a cinematic energy. They made their way through hotel lobbies packed with fans and past velvet ropes at private Super Bowl events, the outside world dissolving into a blur. Kelce's teammates joked about playing wingman, but the truth was, he and Taylor created a bubble of their own in the midst of the chaos. Food trucks, secret garden restaurants, long drives along the California coastline. These were the details Kelce let slip, painting the picture of a couple genuinely leaning into the moment. He confessed on the podcast that he never expected their schedules to align so perfectly, Swift coming off a tour blitz and flying cross-continent just to watch him play. Her willingness to be there, surrounded by a media swarm, spoke volumes. What the public didn't see was how Taylor, accustomed to dazzling sold-out stadiums, could melt into the background and just be Tay to Travis and his inner circle. One night, they shared tacos under a string of glowing lights behind a nondescript food truck, nobody else recognizing them except for the vendor, who pretended not to. The world-famous singer and the star tight in laughing about mispronounced order names, their guards lowered. This was not the version the cameras caught on the field or on the red carpet. Between media obligations, ceremonial appearances, and practice, Travis claimed those quiet moments made the chaos melt away. They played silly games in the back corridors of the team's hotel, made up code words for their plans to avoid the ever-present paparazzi, and challenged each other to see who could spot the most fans in Chiefs jerseys. On the eve of the big game, nerves threatened to take hold. Kelce's phone buzzed with texts, calls, and last-minute strategic notices from coaches, but he said the one message he waited for was always Taylor's. When she appeared, dressed in Chiefs red with a simple hat pulled low, Kelce realized that her presence gave him something more, a reminder that some things are bigger than football. The next morning, he remembers waking up knowing the NFL world was watching not just him, but them as a couple. After a last quick breakfast and a hug that lingered longer than most, he walked toward the stadium with Swift's encouragement echoing in his mind. He recounted to listeners how, during timeouts and on the sideline, whenever the game's pressure threatened to consume him, he'd steal a glance toward the special suite, spotting Taylor beaming out a quiet look of reassurance. That became a touchstone, proof that whatever happened, win or lose, he had an anchor beyond the game. It was a very personal window into how fame intermingles with the human need for comfort and quiet support. Kelce described the post-game scene as a blur, confetti raining down, old teammates and new friends crowding into a cramped victory tunnel. But it was the moment after the last camera light faded that stuck with him. Taylor, exhausted from the travel, met him in the hall with an embrace that the world would never see. Just two people amazed at how their paths had intersected at the height of their respective journeys. Looking back on that week, Kelce insisted that what made it remarkable wasn't winning the game in front of millions, but sharing the unscripted moments few would ever know about. Not the parties or the headlines, but inside jokes shared during the commercial breaks, post-game sneaker swaps, a shared sundae on the hotel room balcony as the city buzzed in celebration below. As the podcast episode ended, with Kelce reflecting on how unpredictable life had become, it wasn't the touchdowns he lingered on, but the rare feeling of being fully seen and supported. The fairy tale quality of Super Bowl week wasn't in the spectacle, but in the reality that even amid flashing lights and roaring fans, what counts are the quietly held hands behind the curtain, the laughs that linger after the crowds disperse, and the certainty that some moments, shared with the right person, are truly championship caliber, regardless of who walks away with the trophy.